Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. And in this video, I'm about to take you downtown Phoenix to one of the city's oldest neighborhoods. It's called the Historic Garfield Neighborhood. And it only runs about 9 blocks long, but it is packed with some really cool history and really cool real estate that I want to share with you. So I got the car packed up. Let's hit the road and let's head downtown Phoenix. Coming into the city on the left here, gonna take 7th Street and then backtrack down to 16th Street, and that's where we're gonna start our tour. So really long, mile-long exit ramp here to get off on 7th Street, but the city skyline just about to poke through here on the left-hand side as we head into downtown Phoenix. All right, there's the downtown skyline, and the Garfield neighborhood right off of 7th Street is right up here on the left. So we're on 7th Street right now, and then there's a little sign that introduces the neighborhood right here as I turn left. So I'll show you that sign in a second. Got to beat the cross traffic. So there is the sign right there. Welcome to the Historic Garfield Neighborhood. And obviously I'm driving right now, but you can really feel the lush green. A lot of mature greenery here, tree-lined streets, which is nice. So I'm gonna put the phone down for a second. I'm gonna go park. I gotta drive another few blocks to the east, and then we'll get out and start walking around. All right, guys, just parked the car here behind me, and I'm somewhere between 14th and 15th Street. We got 16th Street that way towards the east, but I didn't feel like going all the way down there. And the reason is it's actually not that nice the more east you go. The houses and the landscaping and the beautiful trees and everything that I want to share with you are better going west towards the city. So when we think about being on 15th Street, the city is split in half on Central Street, down the middle, and when we go downtown Phoenix. So we're about 15 blocks away from being truly in the epicenter of downtown Phoenix. And what I want to share with you as we do this walking tour are all of the houses. There's really cool houses that I want to share with you. So I'm going to start to walk around, explain all of the neighborhood and a little bit of history behind it, and start to take a look at some of these really cool houses that have been in this neighborhood for 100 or 120 years. So let's start to walk around and take a look. Now the whole neighborhood has sidewalks. They got a lot of big palm trees out here. There's not a ton of shade, but that is true for anywhere in Phoenix. And what you'll see is these kind of bungalow style houses, which are really cool, Spanish tile roofs. And they're generally very small, like under 1,200 square feet. And then you also see some really nice houses that are well maintained. I believe this is called Spanish Revival. There's a lot of these types of houses. There's about 3 different styles of houses here. There's bungalows, there's revivalist houses, and then I believe there's a lot of houses that are modeled after houses in California, small square footage, small footprint homes. All of these houses are on about a quarter acre. So I believe, or maybe a little bit smaller than that, somewhere between 6,000 and 10,000 square feet, I believe. So like this one, for example, really well maintained. It's got that little entryway and what you would call a little tiny patio, I guess, and a 1-car garage. And then here, this is either a new construction or it has been completely gutted and remodeled, restuccoed. And what you end up seeing across the neighborhood is homes that maybe haven't been remodeled in 40 years. And then you have other houses that have really nice brand new landscaping here, you know, pavers and AstroTurf, things like that. So there's a good mix of homes that have had some investors come in, some new ownership, and then also homes that have really not been touched in a couple decades. And so it's an interesting hodgepodge of different homes that have a lot of different stylistic features, a lot of different landscaping features. I love these Palo Verdes here, big shade trees. And you'll see some grass and then possibly just gravel like over here. So you know, very different styles depending on the owner, the type of home, the level of income here. The average home price here, I believe, is just under $500,000. So it's getting up there, and that is increased by more than double before COVID. So this neighborhood especially has had a lot of money come in, which is cool to see. And we'll take a look at some new constructions as well. There's a lot of remodeling, a lot of cool things happening in this neighborhood. There's actually down the way there on Pierce Street, there's going to be the little kind of restaurant district. There's a few restaurants in there that I can show you. So I'm gonna hop back in the car here, go down the block a little bit, and I'll show you some more houses and continue the real estate tour. So just parked again, and what's interesting is this is a brand new construction. This is a multifamily property, probably, I don't know, 40 units, maybe 60, maybe less than that. There's the highway back there, again, that brings you into downtown Phoenix that we got off of. And what I'll show you down here is Roosevelt. And Roosevelt is the main kind of thoroughfare through the city. It's like the main street. It's Pearl Street in Boulder, downtown Boulder. It's Broadway, downtown Nashville. It's 6th Street in Austin. And so there's some again, really cute little houses here, but then keep in mind some are kind of in disrepair. Again, completely dependent on the owners and how long they've been there. Back alleys are here, maybe a little sketch. But again, a very, very safe neighborhood. 10 years ago, I wouldn't have said that, but now a very, very safe neighborhood. Again, the average income has come up a lot. The home prices are pretty expensive, and we're looking at homes between $450,000 and $1 million to live in this area. So it's come up quite a bit, and these people, a lot of them have owned the property for years, decades. So I'm gonna take you up to Roosevelt, and then we'll head west. And Roosevelt Row, if you have a Roosevelt address, that's really where the money is. I mean, you're looking at a little bit of a multiplier on your real estate investment, and Roosevelt is really a coveted address. So we'll take a look at what's down Roosevelt and continue to show you some of the area. A lot of unique design styles here. This has a curved front entrance, which is really interesting with that curved bay window. And you'll see a lot of, as I mentioned, a lot of unique styles, and this neighborhood is so old that if you have trees, you're really lucky, because they're old trees. They provide shade. They've got 3 Palo Verde here in the front. And then you'll see this little bungalow here that's painted green with the green wall, and that's really unique as well. And one thing I didn't mention yet is there's a lot of multifamily properties. We just saw that huge new one, but there's a lot of duplexes, there's a lot of triplexes, even quads, even residences that hold 6+ people. So that's really unique. So I'll show you those. We haven't really come across any other multifamily properties yet, but over here, the white with the red door, all different colors in this neighborhood. This one's really nice with the cacti. I love the clean stucco work, just kind of the nice contrast between the light brown and the brown, and then of course cacti. And then they have a really cool eucalyptus tree, really tall eucalyptus tree in here in the front. Popular color for the neighborhood, green, painted greenhouses, and also front yard gardens. So I'll show you this little bungalow here, and then this is a nice little white one with a big bay window. You can tell that probably had that added maybe recently. I don't know how old. It looks like single pane glass, actually. Might be kind of old. But another bungalow, white bungalow, and then right next to it, next door neighbor, is Mr. Yellow House with, again, the big shade trees. They add so much value, and in Arizona they keep the house cool, which is nice. So bungalow style with the curved Spanish front entrance. And then across the street here, I want to show you an example of a house that's for sale. Yeah, no, man, as soon as you step in the shade, it is so nice. It is so nice going back out in the sun here. So I saw this for sale sign, looked it up on Zillow. It is going for $494 is the asking price. Been on the market for about a month. So one of the really popular styles here, white stucco with kind of a darker trim. So they have the Spanish roof, it's brown Spanish roof. And then this one next to it, really pretty bungalow style brick. That is not for sale, but it's worth about $520 according to Zillow. So really, really pretty architecture here. I personally love this style with the white and the black. Got a little fence out front. Got the, I believe these are, I forget the agave plants, I believe. So again, it's just bungalow after bungalow after bungalow. This we're still on. This is Diamond Street between 14th and 15th. So nice mature trees. It keeps the neighborhood nice and cool. These guys have a little garden here. This is really pretty to walk through. The white trellis. They got a little fountain out in front. And a little cat, little kitty cat hunting the birds. So still have a lot to show you guys as we walk through the various streets here. But again, these white with the red Spanish tile, really, really pretty. Adopted from the California style that I was mentioning, and then that looks just so pretty with the cacti in front. So love that. So let's keep walking. This is cool. Just walked past this house. You can see that they're just finishing up the trim work for this style. And that's brand new, that they obviously refinished. You can see there's new lighting fixtures as well on the front here, which is really pretty. So as you can see, a lot of work's being done to revitalize these older homes. And these houses, I can't remember if I mentioned it earlier, were built between the 1890s, like 1893, through the 1950s. So I'll also show you the duplex that I used to own that was built in 1926. And some of these older homes are just really, really cool, but they come with a cost, meaning they're just really old and they require a lot of maintenance. So I'll show you some of the really old duplexes in the neighborhood. A little bit of local artwork here. That's the cool part about downtown Phoenix, is there's a lot of murals, professional artwork that are scattered throughout the older neighborhoods, which are really cool. There's actually a entire tour that people offer that take you through all of the artwork downtown. So I'm not going to do that now, but if I come across it, I'll show you some of the artwork. And then now we're approaching 13th Street, and again, so we have a few more blocks to go between started back on 15th Street, going to go all the way up to 7th. And what you'll start to notice is some higher quality houses, and again, a bigger price tag as we get closer to Roosevelt and 7th Street, where some of these really expensive homes are. So let's keep walking. Show you a little bit more artwork here on this convenience store, a little whale action. And what you'll also notice is if you happen to be a nurse or a doctor, there's a huge Banner Health facility here. So it'd be a very short commute if you happen to live in the Garfield neighborhood. So I want to show you one of the nicer, newer houses. They have this wrought iron fence out in front. Very modern style, very boxy with contemporary lines. And you can see this cool skylight up on the deck here. This is one of the nicer houses in the neighborhood. Very cool private garden in the back. And then as we come up here, there's a community center up on the left that was just added on to. They just built this whole new parking lot where they can host community activities and events and things like that. You can see the sign that says the Art Park. I'll show you that right there. And then here, these are really, really nice maintained houses with the ficus out in front and the stucco fence. And as you can see behind it, they're hammering away on a brand new multifamily construction. This is a multi-million-dollar property. And so I'm sure the neighbors aren't loving it right now, but as you can see, private little walkway and garden here with the hanging plants from the awning, these beautiful ficus. And again, everything green really pops against these houses, this nice stucco work. So this is a quad. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 units right here. And this is super pretty. This is right on, I think we're on 12th Street. Let's go check. Yeah, 12th Street here. And so again, the quality of the homes, the price tag is starting to increase as we move towards the city, and that's going to be true in any city for the most part. But again, these are, you can tell, you know, ownership when they take care of a property and they invest money into it, because that's going to raise the rent, that's going to bring a higher quality tenant. So as we peek around the corner here, this is Roosevelt. It goes all the way down here. People enjoying a bike ride. So as we go around down Roosevelt, you can see all the way into downtown, the skyline, a couple of the bigger buildings popping up a little bit. But this is again, this is the hot street. This is the hot zip code, and this is the hot street within the hot zip code, I should say. So a lot of cool things happening downtown in Roosevelt, and I'll continue to take you westward as we continue on the tour. Thing I'll add is that there are autonomous vehicles. This is a hub for Waymo. So there are Waymo vehicles all over this neighborhood, which is really interesting, and it's interesting to see 100-year-old homes paired with brand new Jaguars that are driving autonomously through the streets. So just pulled onto Garfield Street as we head west, and again, some cute houses. The bungalow theme is going to be consistent through this entire neighborhood. And all these streets, not all of them, a lot of them are named after presidents: Garfield, Roosevelt, Pierce, Taylor. I think there's a few others, which is really interesting. So as I mentioned, I used to own the house right up here that I'll show you, that I just sold about 6 or 7 months ago. And this street is just really cool. It's one street. Roosevelt is one street to the south, and it's really up and coming again. There's you know, a lot of people renting, a lot of people who own, and then owners who also rent their property. So this right here, with the brick front, this is actually a really nice duplex that's worth about $600,000. So although if you're renting there, you got that shared wall, which can be challenging. So, you know, you gotta if you want to live downtown, it might be cramped quarters, it might be expensive. And then this is one of my favorite developments here in the neighborhood. It's almost like a tiny little mini subdivision. It's called Spooner Court, and I'll go up on the sign here in just a second. Established 1926. But what's interesting about it is it's 6 tiny houses. 1, 2 on this side, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side. And it's got its own little road, little parking in the back. Spooner Court. And I just find it super interesting. They're about, I would say, 800 square foot homes, but they have some trees here. At night they got lights that light up. It's really pretty. And then walking this way, we got some nice willow trees here. Nice landscaping in the front. And then I'll show you, this is the house that I used to own here in the back, where a lot of my former YouTube videos came from. I'll show you that in just a second. This house is actually super nice. It's worth about $800,000. New construction in 2020. They have a casita in the back, and it's currently being used as an Airbnb residence rental property. So it goes back there quite a ways. And then it's next to this tiny little about 800 or 900 square foot house right here. And then in this neighborhood, there are, I read, 6 different churches that were built between 1925 and 1930. So as you can see, a lot of work needs to be done. They need to re-stucco this puppy. Looks like they're doing some of that work right now with the all the shavings there. If I could get it to focus, there we go. And they've been trying, this is 3 separate lots put together, 1, 2, 3, and they've been trying to break ground here with help of the city for like 5 or 6 years, and put in luxury homes, multifamily properties, 7 or 8 of them. and they haven't been able to do it yet. I don't know why, but when that comes in, that'll add a lot of value to the existing neighborhood and the homes. But they got a lot of work to do. Obviously nothing's here yet, but in the future this could be a really cool development here on this corner. So we're walking up on the Garfield duplex that I used to own for about 5 years. Here's the garden bed that I put in, meticulously maintained for a while. Got a lot of beautiful plants here, oleander, cacti, everything's in bloom. These things have actually gotten huge. This is like as tall as I am. And then here's a carport, 2 little houses in the back, about 600 square foot each. Huge yard, a lot of room. Actually, you could the new owner could build another unit right here if they wanted to. It's zoned R3 for another unit. So really cool. I think the garden bed in the front adds a lot. That did not exist. And then huge yard here. You can zoom in a little bit, see the properties. All right, so I'm between 11th and 10th Street right now. I want to show you a couple of the properties here because we are reaching the $1 million mark that I was talking about. So there's a few houses as we, again, move westward. And this is one of the houses here that I wanted to show you guys. This just sold for $900,000, and it is a huge 3,000 square foot. It doesn't look big from the outside, but it's actually pretty huge. And then a separate residence in the back that is being occupied by a tenant. And I had previously asked if I could go in and do a video tour, and the realtors were not very friendly towards me, so did not get that footage, unfortunately. And so again, you see these modern houses. This is a huge $1 million triplex that was built recently. And then again, you have the duplex situation, the 2 front doors right there. So this thing, let me know what you guys think. I think it's honestly really cool. I think the design is very unique. It's got pretty good landscaping here in the front. You can tell it was thought out well, and the interior is really modern, concrete, goes all the way back there. Again, these lots are pretty big, but you can see how big this thing is. And I believe it holds 3 separate residents as a triplex. And then this across the street here is a community center with a garden. And so they give out trees. You can go participate in gardening activities. They have classes and things like that here. I don't know if it's an old school or what it is, but a really cool addition to the neighborhood. A lot of greenery. You can see some sunflowers there in the back. And I just think it's great. Really beautiful pergola there in the back. This is called the Garfield Neighborhood Garden. This is a really interesting house. You can see 6 different mailboxes there in the little entryway. So who knows if it's all rented out, but the brickwork on this is really unique. It's a bigger multifamily property. And now it's a quick walk over to Pierce Street. And so what Pierce Street has is these little restaurants. There's 3 or 4 of them. Gallo Blanco Welcome Diner, which is a favorite, always packed on the weekend. They have a really pretty balcony or front patio, I should say, that you can sit out on. It's kind of a hipster joint, cheap food, cheap beer, and then you get a little bit of the skyline that way. Unfortunately, Welcome Diner is closed today, but I'll still show it to you. Really nice sign up here, and then really pretty shaded area to sit. I've eaten here a bunch of times. They got the indoor area as well.
Hello.
Hey. I don't know, the guy just popped out of the door. I don't know if he wanted me there or not, but I'm gone. Now I'll head back, and we're still heading west. We got a couple more blocks to go. I think this house is really pretty, very modern, built about 10 years ago, I believe. They got the Benz out front, they got the little kit car. But this is probably 3,000 square feet. Oh, sorry, that's not a Benz, it's a Porsche. My apologies. But again, nice little shaded area in the back for your morning cup of coffee. They got the Adirondack chairs right there in the front. So again, you're gonna always see that mix of really nice houses and more are being built as I've shared. So a lot of revitalization happening in Garfield. This house is really unique with the wraparound balcony. This house was built in 1913, I believe. And when this thing first hit the market, it was like falling apart. It was completely dilapidated. You can see right here as well, they do a really nice job of adding little tidbits to the neighborhood to make it feel nice. And they HGTV'd the hell out of this thing. It was falling apart, and now it's like a $600,000 property, I think, which is really interesting. But again, a very unique feature to have this huge foundation and this giant wraparound balcony, which is probably 800 square feet around the front of it. So that's really cool. A little bit more mural here on the cinder block wall, and then I'll show you one of the most interesting new constructions in the neighborhood up here. Not sure about the color choice, but this was just built 3 years ago. And so really interesting architecture choices here. They have a open garage here, but it only fits 2 cars, and it's got 3 residences inside. So I don't know why they did the slanted roof on the east side. Why not just make it like a big box? But this design was a choice. So it's a 3-story new construction triplex, which is fascinating. But again, it just underscores the money that's being dumped into the neighborhood, which is great. But maybe something that fits a little bit better would make more sense. So here on Roosevelt, going back down again, show you a couple more houses where the price tag is continuing to go up as we move towards 7th Street in downtown Phoenix, which is that way. All right, jaywalking across the street here to show you some of the 2 most expensive duplexes. I think there might be one more down the street there that I'll show you that is more expensive, but these are both north of $600,000 because they are on Roosevelt. So again, you got the dark stucco with the teal door, which is really nice. And this one's beautiful. This one was completely gutted, remodeled. A 2nd story was added. And this thing is primo with the upper deck, where you can get a little bit of a glimpse of the downtown Phoenix city skyline. So looking back here, these duplexes are really nice. And then a lot of traffic on Roosevelt though as we head towards the city. There's a brand new construction that I want to share here. It is technically a duplex, but on 2 separate lots, I believe. So you can see, again, we're going with the very straight lines, modern architecture, big rectangular windows, got the nice walkway, concrete, a lot of stucco, a lot of concrete, a lot of gray mixed with the kind of amber of the wood, and different green as well, which is really interesting. So these homes, these are about $900,000 each. These are big, has a big carport. So it's right next to, again, the hospital system over here. Might be able to hear some highway noise, but this corner is a little bit more tucked away, not as much traffic, and big sidewalk. So this area of the neighborhood has been gentrified just as much as
the rest of the neighborhood. So really interesting to see all of these new constructions mixed in with these early 1900s properties. So a lot of things moving here. Just walking back to the car now. A few more houses to show you maybe as we knock off each block one at a time. But I just love when there are mature trees providing shade. It just adds so much, and good landscaping, good real estate, or you know, good greenery around your real estate is going to add a huge premium to your value of your home. And it's, you know, these things take decades to grow, these big trees, and a lot of people don't think about planting trees, but it adds a ton of value, as I just mentioned, and it is great for the environment. And fun fact, Scottsdale, which is 10 minutes away, is 3 degrees cooler on average than the rest of the surrounding suburbs, because those people are wealthier, they plant more trees, and then it cools down the ground and keeps the earth cool. And so planting trees is always great for a lot of different reasons. A couple more properties as we head to our final destination towards 7th Street. This is a brand new multifamily construction as well that went up. So you can see that the demand for wanting to live in this area, wanting to live downtown, is strong, which is great. And so that helps bring in resources and more money and a greater sense of community and all these things. And I really like this building across the street, this multifamily property, the big windows, which is good depending on where the sun rises and sets in Phoenix, because it's so hot here. But you can't really park on Roosevelt, so I'm walking, of course, and showing you as we make our way towards 7th Street down here. There's kind of, again, this mix of these cute little bungalow houses that have been here for 100 years, and then these new constructions. Here's a better look at those little bungalows. You got the yellow one, the blue one, and what I would call a light green. So cute little houses, again, mixed in with these bigger developments like this one right here, which was pretty well done. It's got a peek at the pool right there. And then we are almost at 7th Street. One fun fact about 7th Street is that's where First Friday starts, and then it goes deep into the city towards Central for about 7 or 8 blocks. And the First Friday means that the first Friday of every month, whatever day that falls on, is gonna be this big community event where thousands of people come out. There's food trucks, there's vendors, there's music, there's protesters, there's all these different things. And it's really interesting to see. So as we come up to the light here, this is where Garfield ends. I showed you that sign at the gas station when we pulled in. This is where the historic neighborhood ends, unfortunately. And there's, I don't know what Big Bacon's is, maybe a cafe, but again, new industry, new restaurants coming into town. So you can see across the street here the big mural, Roosevelt Row. Thus ends the Garfield district. But beyond that, as I mentioned, a really cool part of town that has gentrified a ton, a lot of new restaurants. That is the hip scene. So right next to Garfield is Roosevelt Row. We got the Jimmy John's right here, and then 7th Street. And this is where downtown Phoenix truly begins. I gave you a tour of quasi downtown Phoenix in one of the oldest neighborhoods in the city. But maybe I'll do another video in the future walking down Roosevelt Row and showing you guys all the cool things that are happening there. All right, guys, so thanks for spending some time with me. Hopefully you found some of the things in the walking tour interesting. I find this area really, really unique because of how old the real estate is, how old the greenery is, the trees, the artwork. There's a lot of history here, so I find it really fascinating.
And I want to thank you again for watching, and until the next video, I will see you guys later.